So let's talk about Toy Story 5. The original film came out in 95. I was 9 years old and now I'm 40. So that just tells you how long this franchise has been around. That's wild to even say out loud. But let's talk about the villain of the film. It wasn't who the trailer made it seem, Lily Pad, which was the tablet. And I know the trailer makes it look like it's the toys versus the tablet, like how we grew up as kids using our imagination and playing outside, playing with toys versus the new technology. And watching the film, it kind of feels like that at first. But the villain isn't really the technology. I think it's conformity, and it just feels different watching this film at 40. And I didn't just see the toys trying to survive in this digital age. No, it was old love trying to survive in a new world. Look at Jessie, for example. She's scared to love another kid because she says she doesn't want to feel like she never mattered to somebody. And then you got Bonnie, who's a child, and she's scared to be herself because all the other kids are on their devices, and we see all throughout the film the kids are on their phones and tablets and etc. And Bonnie basically doesn't want to look weird, and that really resonated with me. Like, how many of us 90s kids grew up being ourselves, and then the world slowly taught us what to wear, what's in style, what's cool and what's not, and basically the part of ourselves that we should be embarrassed by. And Bonnie, she doesn't really want to lose her imagination. She's just trying to fit in, and a lot of us can relate to that, real talk. And I feel like sometimes discovering who we are is basically a rediscovery of who we were before the world told us who we should be and gave us expectations, all of that nonsense. That's why I don't see Lily Pad as the villain of this story. I think that she represents connection without intimacy, because we know you can be connected to everybody and still feel like nobody sees you or understands. You could be in a room full of people and feel lonely. And the movie makes that clear because Toy Story 5 actually uses technology to help Bonnie connect with the other kid. And I believe that's showing us that their message is technology is not the enemy. I think the problem is when the technology replaces our imagination and our friendships, us being present, and just all that type of stuff. And then we see, of course, at the end of the film, Bonnie finally connects with another kid. And this girl didn't make her feel weird for just wanting to play and be imaginative. She didn't have to feel embarrassed or any type of shame. And that basically sums up the film for me. Toys and technology, the past and the future, it can all coexist. Nostalgia is dope and still matters, and so does moving forward and being present. And it had me thinking, like, how many parts of ourselves have we abandoned just to be accepted? Too much for me to even count, because we see throughout the film, Bonnie abandoned her imagination just to fit in. She wasn't comfortable with those other kids on the tablets. Nah, she wanted to play with toys and imagine her own little world. But that just wasn't cool no more. And as a kid myself who was bullied, I could definitely feel what she was going through. And Jessie abandoned love, or at least she almost did. But both of them had to learn the same lesson. And that's basically that you don't have to become somebody else or fake the funk just to belong. Phenomenal film. I'm the Nostalgia King. Peace.